which typically happens when I go in on days that I don't typically work. But yeah, I got to work. I forgot to clock in, so I need to put in my hours for yesterday. And I immediately went to check the census to see what rooms my patients were in. And when I did that, I went straight over to the hospital once I got their room numbers and just like a brief update about the baby. Got to the hospital. I walk past the nurse's station and I see this nurse like just looking at me, and I'm like, she wants me. And I get a call like when I'm like 1/3 down the hallway, and she's like, hey, did you just walk by to see this patient? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, starts to give me like report on the patient and an update. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk back. Instead of having this conversation on the phone, we can do this in person. And so she gives me an update about the family, and then I ask her about this other family that I have on the floor, and she gave me a brief update about that. I tried to go see both moms, and one mom was gone and the other mom was in the room. But when I walked in the first time, a doctor was in there, so I walked back out, and then I waited a little bit while I talked to the nurse, and then I tried to go in again, and I think occupational therapy was in there, or someone else, another medical professional was in the room. And so I decided to just try to wait again. And then another nurse came like running down the hall asking me like what they should do as far as discharge goes. And I was like, I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't ever get when medical professionals are like waiting for social work's clearance. I know that that's part of my job is to discharge patients, but like she's been there like, oh, we kept her an extra day and we didn't want her to go without, her methadone. And I'm like, okay, great, but you guys could have called over the weekend or on Monday to see if they were going to be open and if they were going to have a doctor available, or like what the process needed to be. Like, why does that have to be solely a social work job? Like, you guys call for their doses, you can ask additional information as well. It's like one of my like pet peeves is that like you guys can do that too, but what brought up whatever. So I had to make some calls, as you guys saw, to methadone clinics and the patients. And then the other social worker called me and told me that she had met with the patient earlier, but she didn't put her note in, and that they had called another location of the same organization for methadone, and they were told that like they didn't have doctors. But I was like, well, the place that I called said they can see her tomorrow, but it's not the location that you guys talked about. So then I tried to call my patient like 50 times and she never did answer the phone. So hopefully she went to the right place today. So yeah, I am waiting for, so yeah, I got one baby actually a discharge plan, and so that's taken care of. And the other baby, I need to get a discharge plan today. I have to get a medical affidavit signed today, if possible. Sometimes the doctors don't want to sign them. Sometimes the doctors don't want to sign the medical affidavit, especially if the mom's been appropriate for a baby's like medical care. And so it's that situation or scenario where she's been appropriate and she's been trying to attempt to do like quote unquote the right things. So I don't know, I may not get that signed, but regardless, Justice Division is going to take custody of said child. And I think like the hardest part is going to be finding like foster care placement, if like there's no family, because foster care, because foster care placement has just been like really difficult the last several weeks, and then a lot of people are nervous to take like NAS babies, drug exposed babies, so we'll see. But I'm on my way to work. I'll check in with you guys later. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the video. I already kind of went through what happened yesterday, but I wanted to get you started on today. Today was a crazy day. I barely had time to even really do my notes, but what you'll see is a lot of me in my office, at my desk, at my seat, typing my notes, on the phone with patients, following up with doctors, trying to follow up with Children's Division, and making appointments for some of my patients, and checking if they are in treatment, and trying to assist my coworker as well. One of my coworkers, the other social worker, was out, so I was also meeting with her patients, and today was just a crazy day. But what you don't see is me meeting with the patients, me talking with the patients, me asking them questions and going over their consults or their assessments and their needs and baby items that they need. And what you don't see is me interacting with our doctor or our pharmacist and our psychiatrist and a lot of the other staff. A lot of what you see is just strictly me. I try to include little snippets here and there with my other coworkers, but in order to protect their privacy and their safety, I don't really show them a lot or even put their names in here. So what you see is a lot of me sitting down, typing notes, going through things on my computer, but I just want to go through the day with you and just let you know that I do see patients and I am going between my patients here at this clinic where we treat pregnant women with SUD, and then I also am at the other clinic where that's just more of a typical clinic that runs day to day, and it's a lot of high risk pregnancies as well over there. And then going over to the hospital to go see my patients or following up with the doctors about how my babies are doing after they do rounds and getting that report and checking in with Children's Division. And so there's a lot of interaction. I work on an interdisciplinary team, and what that means is that there's different disciplines that I'm interacting with. Hey guys, it's 9:47 and nearly every patient has showed up. We even double booked. So it's pretty chaotic around here, as you can see. Like, no one's at their desk. It's busy. Every single patient on the schedule has showed up, and like I said, we double booked, overbooked, and so it's just crazy. We have our doctor here, nurse practitioner, a fellow / resident. We have diabetes education here as well, and pharmacy. And then we have psychiatry coming later, so it's crazy. But it is a huge change from my last work video, when we basically had no one here. So told you, highs and lows, guys, highs and lows. So here's me going to a patient's room with the release of information as I talk to her about treatment so that we can verify, or that I can send any information that they need over, and vice versa. And I also provide diapers and period supplies to our moms who are in postpartum. So obviously our pregnancy moms don't need diapers or period supplies. So we specifically do this for our postpartum moms who plan on staying with us for the 2 years or even a little bit after labor and delivery. And so we want to help out because there shouldn't be a gap, or there shouldn't be them choosing between diapers for their child or food. So we have these pad kits, and we also have tampon kits, and then we have a mixed kit. The specific mom wanted a pad kit, and then we put them in a bag for the mom so that it's a little bit more discreet and that she doesn't have to walk out here with diapers. And then we've been blessed to have an organization that wants to collaborate with us, and they provided us with some formula And it's just been a blessing to have that for some of our moms who are breastfeeding or who are returning to work and don't have access to formula, as there is a shortage right now. So we do our best to try to help our moms to make sure that their babies have everything that they need for success. And I feel really incredibly proud of my organization for partnering with the diaper bank and also having good rapport with other community agencies that want to seek us out and help us meet these families' needs. And so these are the forms that we have moms fill out and the zip code where they can get diapers. I love quiet moments where I can just really focus on my work and get all of my notes done, because I do find myself sometimes typing what someone said behind me or a conversation that I'm having while I'm trying to do my notes. And so when my coworkers are at lunch, I really take that opportunity to have a quiet moment to really assess what I need to do, try to catch up, because this was a day that you needed to catch up. Like I said, we had a really packed day and we had more patients than we thought that we were gonna have. And I went from room to getting diapers, to verifying treatment, to getting calls from the hospital, to getting calls from my other clinic. And I actually couldn't see that patient because I needed to go to the hospital. And there's just always something typically going on busy days. Like, it just doesn't stop. And so I love these moments where I can just like take a break, stretch it out, get some water or some tea, and just have time to just figure out what I need to do. And that really does help me throughout the busy day. It's lunchtime.
I'm sure all the time opportunities to say it. How to it's not looking good for us.
Working on an interdisciplinary team look like? It looks like working with different disciplines, different professionals, and navigating and finding a way to make sure that all of you are meeting the patient's need in a cohesive and productive way. And sometimes it does get a little messy. Sometimes there are a lot of hands in the pot. Sometimes there is a miscommunication. However, most of the time it does work out if everyone stays within their scope and their profession. So I just wanted to include that we also have a wonderful clothing pantry that we just started to really organize and put together, and I was organizing that. And then I also finished everything on my to-do list, so props. All of that should be blue, but I didn't film that, so sorry guys. But I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope that you saw a different perspective or learned something new within this video. And if you're new, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment any questions, any comments that you have in the comments below, and come back. I do videos, typically social work videos are Wednesdays. And yeah, if there's anything that you guys want me to film specifically, or if you want more information on something, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I will do my best to make sure that I am educating and providing you guys with insight or clarity about what a medical social worker is. So until next time guys, bye.